What's going on, guys? This is George from StreetCulture.US, and this is part 2, 3, I can't remember. This is the last part of the subframe painting and prepping before we put the Z1 Motorsports differential bushing in, as well as the Concept Z energy bushing kit. So let's take a look at how we're doing here. Okay, so this is the subframe assembly for the back of the 370Z. It goes right in there and holds all that together. So, all right, as we covered in one of the previous videos, that is the differential bushing hole or location, and of course it's empty. But we just yanked out and burned out the inner race and as well as the bushings for this rear subframe assembly. So after that was done, I had to go through and clean it all up. I ran a wire brush through there. We did have to Dremel a little bit to kind of smooth out the inner walls because they did get scuffed up. I don't know if you can see right in there, they got gouged up a little bit from the chisels, the air chisel, the air hammer, and I was not that good at it, unfortunately. So it did get scuffed up, but I went ahead and used the Dremel and cleaned up these areas a little bit. You can still see a little residual on the inside there. I'm not sure if you can see it there. We go some reflection right over here. There are some cuts and some gouges, but ultimately, guys, that's gonna fill in really nice once we use the polyurethane grease on those bushings. And then it will not be a problem. Let's see, on this side, it came out really nicely too. And then just for GP, I went ahead and recoated everything because it was looking really nice. And then with the fire from the burning of the bushings, it melted and burnt off a lot of the paint that was in the area. So I cleaned it up. I used acetone to prep everything and give it a nice foundation to bite on. And then I went ahead and just reshot it. So I did one side already, 2 coats. This side was done again. I'll probably go ahead and let it dry a little bit, hit it with one more coat in the next 20 or 30 minutes, and then I'll just let it from there. I'll let it dry out. It'll cure for a good week and a half, till the 4th of July weekend, which is the weekend that I've actually decided I'm gonna go ahead and start reassembling this and putting the bushings. More on that, I will cover it with my channel and the Instagram, so yeah. Go ahead and get over to both of them. If you haven't done so already, obviously you're watching this one, so you're on YouTube. But get over to the Instagram and give me a subscribe/follow on that as well. And then you'll be able to see the actual progress done on the 370Z. So I do have BC coilovers that are gonna be coupled to this project, as well as a lot of the control arms and whatnot, your lower, upper torque arms, all that stuff for your 370Z. And those are all done in urethane as well. So yeah, all in all, I'd say I'm really impressed with the way it came out. A couple of people have asked what kind of paint I'm using. So when you go to O'Reilly's, there is this here is Duplicolor rust barrier. This is not what I'm using because this gives, as you can see, a flexible rubberized finish. And when you touch it, it's kind of, like I said, rubberized, but it just doesn't feel like it's dry. And then that's actually going to hold a lot of moisture and a lot of road grit. So what I have been using is this stuff here, which is phenomenal. And no, they're not paying me to talk about it. It's Duplicolor's Acrylic Lacquer, okay, multi-purpose coating. It's good for, let's see here, metal, fiberglass, wood, and it's for the interior and exterior. Is it heat resistant? No, it is not. Luckily, we don't have to worry about that, but you're not going to spray this on like headers or exhaust because that would just be a bad thing. It would just burn off. But this stuff here leaves, and even though this looks wet, it's actually dry. I go like this, and you can see it's not coming off. It leaves this nice gloss finish on there. It looks beautiful. It looks clean. And then because it's an acrylic and it seals, you're not going to get the moisture that's in there to stick. So it's actually just gonna fall off. So not that the car spends a lot of time in the rain or anything anymore anyway, but this will help keep everything nice and clean. So yeah, I went ahead and did inside, outside, all around, everywhere in the crevices that I possibly could. I even got down in the holes in there to get the inner sides. but you know, there's only so much you can do. Otherwise, it looks great. It looks great on both sides, and it's gonna give your car that fresh, new car, clean smell and look. And the car doesn't have, I mean, it's already pretty clean. There it is out there. It's got 70,000 miles on it, but the car is 9 years old. So that whole back end will be refreshed. Then we're gonna tackle the front end, and then we'll freshen up the exhaust and touch up the paint probably in the fall. But right now we got lucky with the rain, guys. The last few days it's been pretty rainy, and it was very, very moisture filled in the atmosphere today, very humid. But the weather front pushed over, so we got really lucky, and now it's actually kind of dry. The humidity level is pretty low, which is why I'm doing this. So came out really good. I think it's gonna really look nice once everything's attached to it. I probably have to hit up here just a little bit more. I'm probably gonna recoat it again just to be safe, but ultimately it's turning out very, very nice, and it looks way better. And I don't know if you watched the first video when we had all the tape and everything from eBay on here, and it looked terrible. So yeah, guys, I hope you like these videos. Tell me what you think. I'm gonna go ahead and post this up. Definitely smash that like and subscribe and follow button. Give me the hits. So I will talk to you guys later. And this is George from StreetCulture.US saying, dream it, build it, drive it, so that way I can see you on the road.